Hello everyone, this is Akansh Suman here. Now we are going to discuss the questions based on the Hartnell governor. So first we need to read the question. So in the question it is given that in a Hartnell governor, the extreme radius of rotation of the balls are 40 mm and 60 mm. So I am considering given data R1 40 mm and R2 as the corresponding speed. That means N1 210 rpm and N2 is 220. That is given in the question. Okay, so the mass of the each ball, that means small m is equal to 3 kilogram. The length of the ball and the sleeve arms, we all know that there are two arms, the one is ball arms and the sleeve arms, which are equal to each other. So here let me draw the diagram of Hartnell governor. It would be easy to understand. So basically this is a rough diagram of the Hartnell governor. Here this will be the ball arm, that is A, and this is the sleeve arm, that is B. We all know in the question it is given that A is equal to B and the mass of each ball is equal to 3 kilogram, and this is a spring which is always be in compression. We all know that the spring in the Hartnell governor is always in compression, so it will exert a downward force on the sleeve. So there will be a force mg plus fs. Okay, this is the total force on the sleeve. So in the question, the spring constant for the central spring, we have to find out this. The spring constant value in Newton per mm, we have to calculate this, the value of K. Neglect obliquity effect of arms. We have to neglect obliquity. Okay. So what is the procedure? We all know that there are two formulas. I already told you that two formulas in the Hartnell governor, that is very important. That is F1 multiply A is equal to Fs1 plus mg by 2 multiply B. Okay, this is first equation, and this is second, that is F2 multiply A is equal to Fs2 plus mg by 2 multiply B. Okay, so using these two equations we can subtract equations 2 minus equation 1 and we will get one new relations. However, we all know this is direct relations, that is F2 minus F1. We have seen in the derivation of the Hartnell governor directly, that is F2 minus F1 multiply A is equal to Fs2. You can directly learn this formula, learn directly these relations. It would be easy to apply in the examination directly. Okay, so this is the final relations we will get from these two equations. So what is F2 and what is F1? We all know F2 and F1 is nothing but the centripetal force working on the fly balls. That means m r omega square. So here in the question it is given that R1 is given and N1 is given. That means we can find out the omega 1 value. So we will calculate the values that is required for these equations. That is equation number 3. Okay, now we will calculate omega 1. Omega 1 is equal to 2 pi N1 upon 16. What is the value of N1? 210. Upon 16 you will get the value 22 radian per second. That is the omega 1 value, and similarly you can calculate the value of omega 2, that is 2 pi N2, and you will get the value that is 23 radian per second. And another thing that we know that the spring force Fs is equal to Kx. So Fs2 minus Fs1 will be equal to K x2 minus x1, yes or no? And we all know that x2 minus x1 is nothing but the sleeve movement. We all know that this is equal to the sleeve movement. Sleeve movement is equal to B multiply, you just have to learn directly now, B R2 minus R1 upon, as you do the practice of number of questions you will be able to learn these formulas directly. Okay, this is not complicated one. If you get confused, I have already let you know how to determine the sleeve movement using the diagram. Okay, so as you understand how can we calculate the sleeve movement, you just have to learn directly it. Okay, so that your time will not waste in the examinations. So this is B R2 minus R1 upon A. In the question it is given that B is equal to A. Okay, it is given in the question that A is equal to B. So this will be cancelled out. So R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1 means 60 minus 40. So here I can write 60 minus 40. That will be 20 mm slew movement. This is the slew movement x2 minus x1. Okay. Now here, so I can write here fs2 minus fs1 value, that is k, multiply 20. Okay. Now this value and these values we have to put in the equation number 3. So I'm just writing here. You can write that f2 minus f1 is nothing but the, here we can calculate f1 and f2 separately. Okay. So f1 is equal to m1 mr1 omega 1 square, and here you can get the value of f1 58 Newton, and similarly f2 you can calculate mr2 omega 2 square, and you will get the value, and this would comes out to be 95.22 Newton. So we have calculated all the values that is required in the equation number 3. So we just have to put the values. F2 minus F1 is nothing but the 95.22 minus 58. Here you can see that A is equal to P. That means it would be cancelled out to each other. So the remaining thing, that is Fs2 minus F1, that is 20 multiply K upon 2. Okay. Here we will get the value of K when you solve this. So that is 3.72 Newton per mm. Unit must be mm because we have calculated the slew movement in mm. But when you calculate the force F1 and F2, you must have to put the radius value in meter. Okay, because we are calculating the force in Newton. So here radius will be in meter, here radius will be in meter. That is why I have calculated F1 F2 separately, so that there will not be any mistakes. Okay. So here we can calculate the value of K, and that is comes out to be 3.72 Newton per mm. I hope you will understand how to solve the questions based on the Hartnell governor. We just have to use these two equations and everything will be solved.